Hey everyone, I've just been watching the Rigondeaux fight against Vincent Astrolabio. So yeah, Rigondeaux loses again. I feel that he deserved to lose that fight. I mean, if you watch in particular, it's getting concerning about Rigondeaux. He's lost two fights in a row now, and if you watch this Astrolabi fight, then Rigondeaux got dropped in the eighth round. It was a legitimate knockdown. I just think he's getting too old. I think these Cubans probably lie about their age. How old is Rigondeaux? Probably at least in his 40s. The guy that beat him is age 24. I mean, look, you can still see flashes of Rigondeaux. He's still got ability. And I mean, look, to be fair, these are good opponents. So, you got to take that into context. But I don't know. I just think it's not looking good for Rigondeaux. I mean, but it's strange how, if you look at what's his name, Nonito Donaire, he seems to be doing quite well. So it's strange. Obviously, some people can maintain it better over time, and I could be wrong. I'm just bringing up possibilities, but I just know, just maybe Rigondeaux needs to start thinking about when to retire. I don't even feel sorry for him because some of these boxers need to take more responsibility to build their profiles. Rigondeaux's never bothered to learn English. He's never cared. And I just think that's such a stupid choice. Most of the world, English is it's the most widely spoken language. I mean, look, more people speak Chinese, but that's not as widespread. If you go to any country in the world, I'm sure that the majority of people, I'm talking generally, I could be wrong, but the majority of people probably speak English. The government people and people that work in banks and so on, you'll find people who can speak English. And especially boxing, if you just want to stick to boxing, most people speak English. America, UK, those are the two biggest boxing countries in the world. Maybe you could say, maybe obviously Mexico's up there as well, but if you can't speak English as a fighter, you're gonna limit your brand. So I don't even know if I feel sorry for him. And his style, it's never been the most exciting to watch. It doesn't bother me. I'll watch it, but obviously, it's a less popular style for fans to watch. And I think Rigondeaux has always had the ability to knock people out, but you're not fighting to the maximum of your ability. Someone like Donaire, I think he could have knocked Donaire out if he wanted to. To me, I think he could have knocked out a lot of people. But I understand from my experience of fights and my experience of sparring, like take my fights, two of my opponents last year, I could have definitely knocked them out in the first minute or 2 minutes if I wanted to. But I boxed cautiously, and the thing about trying to knock someone out, you're gonna get caught back, and that's what was holding me back. I thought, I don't want to get caught. So look, it's not a big deal. My first fight's in 10 years, but obviously in future, some of the opponents I fought, I mean, the people I fought last year were rubbish. Like that kind of level, I should be knocking them out. And if I'm not knocking them out, that's a problem. What happens when I take on people that are better fighters? Because like I say, the opponents I had last year, they weren't good. All four of them, none of them were good. Same with Rigondeaux, if you're not knocking people out that you could knock out, you're limiting yourself. So, I give him credit for when he called out Lomachenko, that fight happened. But, yeah, it's just a difficult sport. And I wish Rigondeaux well. So I know he's had a hard time in boxing, but some of that's his fault. He's got to take the blame for some of it. But these fighters, they make bad choices. Obviously, if you could speak English and if you were thinking, you should learn how to use these promoters, move around, don't rely on the old, the people like Bob Arum, because they don't care about you. That's common sense. They'll use you if there's money in it, and if there's no money in it, they're not going to show the same time or concern. These boxers need to start wising up. Don't just, I've signed with Arum now, everything's going to be okay, or I've signed with Al Heyman now, everything's going to be fine. You've got to take responsibility, do what I'm doing, like, look, I've got a YouTube channel, I'm making effort. I met Michelle Joy Phelps the other day. I'm going around, I'm making efforts, I'm getting my name out there. Obviously I need to balance it. I need to make sure I'm training hard as well. But these boxers, some of them, they don't want to go to that effort, So And the main thing, you've got to be able to perform in fights. Like, you know, from the background Rigondeaux's come from, you've boxed at that level. I mean, you should be knocking these people out. You know, some of them that you... I think Lomachenko was too much, but some of these guys that are below your level, you should be knocking them out, building momentum, call out other people, call out people in your division. But listen, I wish you all the best, good luck, but it's just not looking good for him anymore. You know, he got dropped by some 24-year-old guy who, okay, he's technically a world class fighter, but then again, he hasn't had that many fights. I feel 16 fights or whatever, you know, so it's concerning. You know, what happens when you take on someone who's a puncher? It's not the first time Rigondeaux has been dropped, has he? He hasn't got the best punch resistance. But I wish him well. I wish him well. Good luck. But I'm more intelligent than these fighters, because I might not have the same boxing background, but I know that you got to get your name out there. You got to talk to the Eddie Hearns, the Bob Arums, the Al Haymans. You got to get around. But these fighters don't want to do that. You give yourself control of yourself to someone else. But what if that someone doesn't care about you? Like Arum doesn't care about Rigondeaux. And what if that someone, they're not good at what they do? Arum's like 90. So, I mean, at the time you had Rigondeaux, Arum's an old man. Why are you relying on an old man to promote you? Get out and promote yourself, like I'm doing. You know how many people's phone numbers I'm getting? Who did I get the other day? Oh, what's his name? Sam Mullins. I got Sam Mullins' number. So I'm getting out there. I'm getting people's numbers. But you lot, you don't want to do that. It's like I'm tempted to go. But it's like then you want us to feel sorry for you. Oh, you know, I'm this and I'm that and I'm not getting paid. But you've got to get out there and build the profile and build the brand, or get someone like me involved in your team. Because there's a fighter that I'm currently working with. So we're probably going to do an announcement soon. But this fighter is... I don't see the harm in naming her. Her name's Bellatrix Ortiz. Look her up. Yeah, but basically I'm now part of her team. I'm doing PR. I'm not getting paid for it. And it's what I don't mind. So obviously she's not really making money. So I don't mind. But if you're not a talker... And she's not someone who's a talker. If you're not a talker, find someone like me who is... You know, and find someone like me who's genuine. I don't mind. I'll do it for free. Because obviously, if you're not making a lot of money, how are you going to pay me anyway? You ain't making the money. You know, but you've got to get out there. You've got to build a brand. And it's a shame I never had Rigondeaux, you know, but... Well, who knows, you know, who knows? He and I may work together at some point. But anyway, take care. Thanks for watching. But good luck here to any fighters, and... Let me just make sure, once I get my boxing border control licenses, then obviously I can start working in boxing a lot closer. And I can start helping these fighters out, and I can explain some of this. I'll warn them, you don't want to end up like Rigondeaux where no one knows you. Now you're getting dropped by some 24-year-old who, in your prime, you would have caved this guy's head in, no problem. But now it's like you're fighting out in Dubai and get dropped by some 24-year-old who is not as talented as you, but he's probably half your age. You know, he's just too young now, too fresh. But good luck, any fighters watching this. It's a difficult sport. You know, take care. I'll do more videos on this subject.